Here are some pieces of advice for being successful in any business. First is have what I call a rabbi. And it doesn't need to be the CEO or senior executive. Have someone in the organization who has a propensity for mentorship, who wants to see you succeed, either because he or she's going to succeed as you succeed, or because they have that inclination to do so. And I don't believe that there's anything really, truly unselfish. There's this notion I call selfish unselfishness, right? So when you go to a food bank and you serve turkey dinners on Thanksgiving, you're helping people. And that's unselfish, but you're gaining satisfaction, and that's selfish, and right? And so if you play on that symbiotic relationship, find someone who has enough distance from you in terms of career experience and level that they're willing to mentor you and won't be threatened. So have a rabbi. I think the second thing is do what interests you, right? If you really love consumer brands and you're a retailer and you go to a semiconductor fab, you're going to be bored, right? So do what really interests you. The third thing is go where the money is made in the company. So if it's a sales-driven organization, go into the sales group, right? Understand where the money is made. Is it through the services? Is it the products? Is it a particular product line? Is it through new products or not product, right? So go where the money is made. The next is solve your boss's and your boss's problem proactively. So you're going to be given a set of things to do, and think about how they relate to the greater problem that people are trying to solve, and then be proactive to go above and beyond what is asked of you to solve your boss and your boss's problem. The next thing I think is go where there's tremendous growth or a complete turnaround, because those environments create great opportunity for accelerated progression in one's career. If you're in an industry that's growing 6%, it's going to be hard because people above you aren't going to be moving up. If it's characterized by 6% growth, it's unlikely it's an innovative industry and market. So go where there's tremendous growth or disruption or disintermediation or a complete turnaround because that's an opportunity, particularly at a young age. Don't care about title, particularly in your early stages of your career. Too often I interview people and they're haggling over, is it a senior director or a director title? Be a sponge. Figure out where you want to be, have a plan where you want to be, 3, 5, 10 years, right? And figure out what are the skills and the opportunities that you need to get there, and be a sponge. Go around people where you can learn from. Go in a culture that you feel like you could fit in. If you're about openness and teamwork and you go into a hero-driven or a cowboy-driven culture, you're not going to succeed. The politics will crush you and vice versa. So find a culture that fits you. And then realize that success is driven by putting yourself in the way of opportunity enough times that you get lucky, right? So all of you, by definition, are smart. You wouldn't be admitted to Stanford, right? What's going to distinguish you, right? Because I bet you 90% of you were in the top 10% of your high schools, but only 10% of you are going to be in the top 10%, right, of Stanford. What's going to distinguish success is, are you going to work harder than other people? Are you going to be proactive? Are you going to get out of the way of your ego? Are you going to take chances, and when opportunity does knock, open the door, and then also realize that your smarts is the ante and luck is really what rings the cash register.